Yo, what's up? It's your favorite Samoan Barkeep here. I'm drinking every bottle on the bar. Today, we're doing 13th Colony. Alright, thanks for coming back to the channel. I'm Tolly, your favorite Samoan Barkeep. And like I said, we're drinking every bottle on the bar. Tonight, we're going to get into a little 13th Colony action. Before we do, I got to give a shout out to my man, the man, Bill. He hooked it up. I've never found a stag at MSRP until now. My man Bill, great supporter of the channel, great guy. First time actually meeting him, and he was super nice. But he had an extra stag that he found at MSRP with the Washington Hell Tax, of course, and he hooked it up. So appreciate you, Bill. Thank you for helping me out find this bottle, and review coming soon. All right, so before we get started, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You know how much it helps the channel. So today we are doing 13th Colony. So I got the semi-new 13th Colony bottle here. This is the straight bourbon whiskey finished with maple wood spirals. So we'll talk a little bit more about that one in a second. But I thought it'd be a good time to hit up a bunch of my 13th Colony sample bottles. So we're going to hit up all three of these bad boys as well. All right, so the four bottles we're going to be looking at tonight. This one, obviously. We also got their regular standard 95 proof straight bourbon. We got the 95 proof rye, which is finished in, French oak. And then we got a special one. This is the 13th Colony 15th anniversary bottle, coming in the monster 139.2 proof. So even though the reviews about this bottle here, I might do this one last just because that proof is going to kill me. All right, so a little bit about 13th Colony Distillery. It's a small distillery out of, I think, Georgia. So they started out making spirits for friends and family. They started gaining recognition for their high-quality whiskey. And I'd still consider them a craft-y distillery. Some of their special releases have been getting a lot of recognition and a lot of notoriety. So this 15th anniversary one, very popular. I don't have a sample of it here, but also the double oaked is one of their, it's probably their most sought after bottle as far as I know. The double oak batched 1, 2, maybe they're on 3, I don't know. But 13th Colony, they focus on high-quality grains, finishes, and bold flavor profiles. So I'm not expecting any less from these. But the big question, 13th Colony, are they worth it? Are these ones you need to grab and add to your collection? Let's check it out. All right, so we're going to start off with the 95 proof, just the straight bourbon. Pretty sure my friend Cody has shared this with me before. But this particular sample came from the one, the only Bob Glass, my man. So this is a 95 proof, aged at least 4 years, undisclosed mash bill. But typically these kind of give you that southern bourbon profile, so a little sweeter. Let's check it out. All right, so on the nose, it is really sweet. I get caramel, I get vanilla. Getting a little bit of spice. It's reminding me of cinnamon. And then a little touch of oak on the end there. Let's get into it. All right, so I'm going to use the everyone's favorite catchword. This is smooth. So I get a little bit of fruit. Kind of a dark fruit. It's a little spice on this too, so that cinnamon on the nose kind of translates more into like a baking spice on the palate. Very easy sipper. Like, I don't get any of the proof. Not much oak. A touch of oak at the end, but just very, very faint on the oak. Not tannicky at all or anything. So just really smooth, easy sipper. The caramel and vanilla that I was getting on the nose kind of more turned into like a butterscotchy, more like a butterscotch on the palate. So really sweet, really nice. For 95 proof, like, it's solid. All right, so price check on this bourbon, 95 proof. I've seen it around 50 bucks online, so it's not available in my area yet. When it makes it here, that means in Washington I'm gonna be paying closer to 70. Ooh, man, I don't know if it's a $70 bottle. It's very good for a easy sipper, but yeah, with the hell tax, I'm gonna have to pass on that one. If you can get it for closer to MSRP, that's a good one. Not great, but good. All right, now I'm going to get into this 95 proof rye finished in French oak. So again, this sample was also provided by my man Bob Glass. Cheers, Bob. I know a lot of people send me samples and then they never see them again. So as you know, I got 9,000 sample bottles, so I'll get through them as fast as I can, guys. But thank you so much for providing them to me. French oak, for me, that can be hit or miss. So some things, you know, I really like Doc Swinson's French Toasted is freaking bomb. But other ones, it's a little tannicky for me. So let's see how 13th Colony does. Ooh, that nose is awesome. So you get a touch of the rye spice. I get vanilla on this one also. And then I get a little bit of raisin. Smells great on the nose. All right, let's dive in. What on earth? I gotta try that again. Oh my goodness, that is freaking amazing. That's the craziest thing. Like I definitely get a touch of that rye right at the front of the palate, but then after that, it's just, oh, baking spices. It's really, really luscious and creamy. I'm even getting it's reminding me like of a s'more here, like marshmallowy on the finish. The proof is, you know, nothing, 95, so no Kentucky hug, or Georgia hug in this case, but oh man, it smells so good on the nose, and then on the palate it delivers. That is freaking delightful. Bob Glass, appreciate you for sharing that one, my friend. That is a winner. All right, so from what I could find online, because again, 13th Colony hasn't made it to Washington yet, this one's running about 60 bucks. So after the Washington hell tax hits it, you know, that's going to be looking like 90 to almost 80 to 90 bucks. So, oh my gosh. With these prices, I feel like almost nothing is worth it after you add the hell tax on it. But that rye and French oak finish from 13th Colony is a banger. Get that. That is freaking good. All right, so let's jump ahead in our programming here and go ahead and check out this new bottle I got here. So this is the 13th Colony straight bourbon whiskey. It's coming in at 113 proof. So there's going to be a nice little jump over the first two that I had here that both came in at 95. And then this one is finished with maple wood spirals. So I'm always interested to see like how does maple wood differ from maple syrup finished stuff. So I get the maple syrup ones are just really, really sweet. So this will be a good chance to see how this one comes out. I don't smell anything from the bottle, so let that one sit here and air out a little bit. Fresh crackalicious. All right, so I've been letting this one sit for about 10 minutes. Let's check out this Maplewood Spiral. So does it add the extra sweetness I'm anticipating? Let's see. Not overly sweet on the nose. I get a little nuttiness, a little vanilla. The nuttiness is not like a bean nuttiness, more like a southern, like a pecan, pecan, I don't know how to say it. Oh man, that really smells actually pretty good. Just not really sweet, but very, very nutty. Let's get into it. So the first thing I'm getting on that palate is that pecan. Poo-wee, that is like a nut bomb, but not in the horrible way like Jim Beam. This is the delightful kind, like the Jack Daniels nuttiness. Yeah, that one's a little sweet, a little on the sweet side. But if you can get past that sweetness, the nuttiness, the pecan, ooh, that's freaking delightful. This was another buddy, got me this bottle in Kentucky. He was able to shoot this over for me, so really appreciate the assistance with this. But this one is all like burnt sugar, pecan, toasted oak, toasty kind of oak. Damn, that's a winner right there. I'm very glad I got that bottle. All right, so before we move on to the 15th anniversary, the Maplewood here, I think MSRP on this one's about 80. I got it for about 74, but then I had to get it shipped out to me, so it was like another $12 for shipping. So I think I paid it about 86. So just around MSRP, a few dollars extra, which beats paying the hell tax here in Washington. So my buddy brought it from Kentucky. Appreciate it, man. Eric, thank you, bro. Love you. So anyways, for this one, if you don't mind it being a little sweeter and then really, really pecan-y, you got to try that. That's good. So I got a bottle share I'm going to in about a week from now. So everyone's been asking about this one. So I'll be excited to take this one and see what people think about it. But I love it. All right, so now we're on to the heavy hitter, the 15th anniversary. So this one was another friend hooked it up with the sample of this. Let's go all out. It's crazy. All right, so this one, 13th Colony, 15th anniversary, 139.2 proof. The MSRP on this one, I think, was like about 120. But it was going for much like double, some cases more on secondary. So if you're looking at this in Washington, I mean, it would end up probably being almost close to $180 or something ridiculous. So even without tasting it, I'd say it's probably not one I'd pick up in Washington just because that hell tax kills us. But before we judge it, let's check it out. The heavy hitter, 139 proof, 15th anniversary. Ooh, really heavy on the oak right off the bat. You definitely know that it's higher proof. I'm getting a little ethanol, not in a bad way, but it's definitely letting you know that there's some proof in there. So I'm getting like a sweetness. At first I was going to say caramel, but I'm thinking it's more like a molasses, like a rum type sweetness. And then I get I don't know. It's like I've been drinking a lot of Cherry Coke Zero lately, and I'm getting like a Cherry Coke note on this. Like a fruity, kind of sweet fruity note, so I don't know. You know my palate's horrible and my nosing is horrible, so anyways, that's what I get out of it. 15th anniversary, down the hatch. Ooh, so long finish. Yowza. That's a spicy meatball. Holy snipers. Give me a second. Let me acclimate to this fireball. Let's try it again. All right, so the cherries definitely translate. The cola doesn't, though. I get cherries on this. I get got a little bit of a leathery oak note, so like oaky, leathery oak. You do get quite a bit of the oak. It's not too much oak, but it's, if you're not a big fan of an oak bomb, then you might skip this one. It's very oaky. And I get a little chocolate and brown sugar on that, on the palate as well. So, damn. Well, if you have an extra bottle of the 15th anniversary and you want to help me out, you know, I'll definitely grab that off you. That's very good. Oh, man. 13th Colony is putting out some bangers, man. These are some freaking good bottles here. If I had to rank these, I mean, this one is going to definitely be the winner. So complex and just, oh, it's such a great pour. I mean, we're talking money, then this one is the winner right here, because this one for the price is my favorite. That one is freaking delicious. But hey, this one for, you know, about $10 less is also a banger. And, you know, this one, I'd say, if this was $40, I'd buy that all day. But, you know, 60 after hell tax is getting a little high. But, hey, real. 13th Colony, I mean, I loved all these. Especially the last three that I tried. Those are freaking delightful. So, if you can get your hands on some 13th Colony, you know, get them. All right, so, you know, that was my review of all the 13th Colony I've been able to get a hold of. I've tried the double oaked. I'd love to try it again, but you get what you get. So at some point, I hope to get a bottle of my own of the double oaked. But you know, I've been very lucky with generous friends that let me try it out a bunch of different times. So, anyways, 13th Colony. If you tried this, you know, hit me in the comments. Let me know if you've tried it. What your favorite expression of theirs is. What you thought of the ones I tried here, if you've tried these. I liked all these, so let me know in the comments what you thought of 13th Colony. And you know how we do. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. Which one are we going to cheers to? You already know. 15th anniversary. Cheers.